Okay, so the different brain states of brainwave states. The first one that I'll talk about is called delta. And delta waves are the slowest brain function. They're what you get into when you're in a deep, they're often associated with like unconscious body functions, like the heartbeat and digestion, and the body's ability to restore, like restorative abilities during sleep and relaxation. So think of delta as deep sleep and relaxation. That's the main thing you have to remember. Too much delta can lead to different difficulties with thinking or focusing and learning and retaining information. And then too little delta activity can make it hard for our bodies to heal and rejuvenate. And then some people who have sleep disorders have real issues with getting into delta wave state. The next I'll mention, which they're all, I love them all. They're so interesting. And I learned so much about myself when I learned about what my brain map looked like. And what I was told about my brain based on the different brainwave stage, which was a really, maybe I'll write about it and share with you all. Really interesting. So theta is a personal favorite. I mean, like I said, I love them all. Theta waves can be really helpful and powerful when they're at an optimal frequency. When theta waves are, they're involved with our intuition and creativity, and as well as things like, I heard someone describe it as camaraderie or like connection, communion, like to commune with others, to connect with others, to deeply connect with others. Um, Apparently, my brain is in an enormous theta state a lot of the time, so it's what makes great healers great. It's called the healer mode. But anyway, it was interesting when I saw that map. Too much theta activity can mean you have to lead to impulsive manners or sometimes bouts of depression, and can often be referred to as, for some, like a hypnotic state, like they're in almost a other state of being, hypnotic state, and allows the individual to be persuaded easily. So that's interesting. I remember learning that, like, oh wow, if you're in theta, like better be careful. Too little theta activity can mean the individual can lose a sense of their emotions and increase anxiety. So balancing these is really ideal. The next is alpha, also a great one. Alpha waves are really involved in our conscious ability to accept and allow our subconscious mind to flow freely. Um, so sometimes beta waves can overtake alpha waves, which can block the alpha waves, and where the conscious overtakes the subconscious in almost like a survival mechanism. And so while excess alpha waves can cause deep relaxation when necessary, um, they can get blocked by other brainwaves that become too strong. But we want to have alpha states when it's almost like when you're in a deep state of flow, when you're really focused and alert, but really relaxed. It's what monks get into when they meditate for hours. They're in this very focused, calm, focused state. It's a really beautiful thing when you can really be in that deep alpha flow. Beta waves are what a lot of our our a lot of our culture knows well when we're on go and do and produce mode. They're really associated with conscious daily cognitive processes in waking state. They include our ability to stay task oriented and focused and solve problems. And a lot of our necessary logic is refined when we're in beta wave state and they're in optimal frequency. So when you're working and doing and working on a project, you're in that beta wave state. And then too much of that beta activity can mean overstimulation, high anxiety, and a lot of stress. And then when you're in too little beta activity, you can lead to depression and lack of attention and a challenge with problem solving, or challenges with logic, skills with logic. So you can probably start to see how all these can play into our daily lives. The last one I'll talk about is gamma. Gamma waves are mostly associated with our brain's ability to intake and organize information. A lot of our memory and long-term learning abilities are measured in gamma waves. So gamma waves have been known to help us connect with our, like, the senses that we can perceive, our perceivable senses. Also, too much gamma can lead to a lot, just like some of the others, can lead to fear of an excess, can lead to anxiety or stress or overstimulation. And then too little can also lead to depression, lack of attention, difficulty learning. So you can see how, again, just balancing, having more balance in most of these brain wave states can really help stay not in it. The extremes can be dangerous in any direction, or not dangerous, but can lead to problems and challenges. And they can be brought back into balance once we realize what those states are, and can be measured. We can use, like I said earlier, just different tools with supplementation, nutrition, mindfulness practices. And it comes back to my term around sacred rest. Sometimes in our sacred rest states, we can actually just easily balance that, sometimes being in nature, resting, doing things that bring us a lot of joy and play can bring us back into balance with these brain states. But they take practice. Like, it takes intentional practice to rebalance. If we're using, there's a lot of things that we can do that cause a lot of damage in our brain states, that are excess of drugs and alcohol, excess of sugar, excess of too much inactivity. So I could go on and on about all those, but those are ways in which we can start to look at helping impact our brain states and our brain frequencies with different practices and nutritional help and supplemental help. So that's what I'll share for now.